I hope that this video helps someone who is struggling with art or wondering if they should continue painting or drawing or whatever creative endeavor you're currently pursuing because you feel like there is no hope or no point. So I also want to show you the process of how I painted this Santa Rita Prickly Pear. They're native to northern Mexico and the southwestern United States. I actually have one growing outside of my house. Once a year, it gets these amazingly bright yellow blossoms. So pretty. And I just loved the contrast between the purple and the yellow. I knew I had to paint it, so I went to town. Doesn't look like much now, but let's see what it looks like once we get to the end. Anyway, it's really rare to see much in the way of flowers in the Sonoran Desert. Most of the year it's very arid. It takes a lot for a plant to produce a flower. So it's not really a good sustainable strategy to have any sort of blossoms for much more than a very limited period of time. We just don't get a lot of rainfall. I doubt there's as many nutrients in the soil here as in other parts of the country. I'm also not a soil scientist. I don't take my word for that. Anywho, I just started to think like how much that flower caught my attention on the cactus, and I was also thinking about how when we're deprived of something, we become hypersensitive to its presence or lack thereof. And in the desert, you seek things out like foliage, vegetation, flowers. You're more likely to see those things and I think appreciate them. So you're more likely to appreciate things that are in short supply. At least that's one route you can take. Sometimes you just see the lack of everything. I get plenty of people out, where I'm from, and they're like, everything is dry and crunchy and there's no grass. I'm sorry, Deborah, this isn't Connecticut. This is not Connecticut. This is the Southwest. This is the Sonoran Desert. And they don't see anything when they look out there. Unlike Georgia O'Keeffe, who came from the East Coast and was just enamored of the stark beauty that she saw. Whenever I choose gratitude, my scope of vision widens so much. And you could ask, why is a prickly pear cactus so glorious to me? It just is. It's unusual to see that contrast of that beautiful flower next to these beautiful purple shades on the cactus pads, which you don't expect to see in the Southwest. I think it's the same with art, because I find when I focus on the lack of my training and skills, my inability to perfectly capture my vision, the lack of opportunities to showcase my art, I live in a desert of my own making, where nothing is beautiful and everything disappoints me. And then you start to think, well, maybe I've trained my eyes to be very harsh and critical. Maybe there is beauty and I just am not aware of it. I can't see it. I'm blinded to it. And I don't know where you are right now. Maybe you've been disappointed for the past 10 years, 15 years, 20, 30, 40 years. In art, it's difficult in life. And yet I think we all experience or have the ability to experience our own oasis in the desert from time to time. Whether that's a kind comment, a piece of recognition, the selling of a piece of art. In this economy, someone shelled out their hard-earned cash for your art. That speaks volumes. I'm convinced there's so many small pieces of beauty and encouragement all around us, just like this prickly pear cactus, if we have the eyes to see them. And not to get philosophical on you, but Kierkegaard would say that emptiness and discontentment that we sometimes feel is with us even in the good times. It's just that we don't feel it during the good times because we're distracted. And at first I was like, that's really depressing, Kierkegaard. And then I was like, it's more like lingering unanswered questions. Am I on the right path? Am I talented enough? What am I supposed to be doing? And we all have to come up with our own answers to the discontentment. But I think we're more than painters or artists. We're wanderers seeking purpose. And one of Kierkegaard's best quotes talks about, you have to find a truth that is true for you. So for me, I find a lot of purpose in savoring beauty when I do see it, reconciling these deserts of failure and doubt with the fact that there's still an abundance of hope. And the need to create, the ability to create, is so often an act of defiance against a world that can make you feel like the journey is pointless when it's in fact everything. So regardless of where you are on your journey and how many times you've been disappointed, try to find that oasis in the desert and just linger there for a bit, because you deserve the respite. Thanks for watching.